I'm gonna just jump straight into it. If I'm not factual, that's on you, not me. And it seems like a good point to say, like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. She-Hulk. Even before we really get to She-Hulk, we gotta get to phase 5, phase 4. Phase 4. Phase 4 isn't really where everybody thought it would be. And rightfully so, coming off of what feel like a climactic ending in Endgame, but you still got more to go. It was a good bookend to that story. Now this feels just like the longest setup for the next story. And Doctor Strange, Thor, Spider-Man, but still it hasn't felt like anything big is coming yet. And I think that's part of the problem. The setup of like what's the next big bad still isn't there. So now you have the Marvel shows. And by now, if you've been watching the Marvel shows, you could kind of like feel the pace of it. Like it's not like any show. It's not going to get real till halfway through the season. I won't lie. Coming off of Ms. Marvel, had a little bit of expectation like, okay, they might be doing something again. Thought it was dope, so cool. They doing something different with the female characters of Marvel now, you know, different races, nationalities. That's dope. See where they going next with She-Hulk. Now, kind of starts off in the first episode, things feel disjointed from the jump. Like this just feels weird. And outside of the fourth wall stuff, whatever, it felt different. So then you get about mid-season and it's still like nothing has started to shake and develop yet. Like she's still just kind of there. And that's where I think this show is different, kind of weird, kind of on its own, and they're trying to tackle a lot at once with it being a legal comedy, fourth wall breaking, a superhero show, and on top of all that, okay, cool, you have that. That's what you decide to do, but you're doing it in 30 minutes for only, 9 episodes? There's so much you're trying to do at once, nothing's getting its just due. So that's where it feels disjointed, and then you get back into hearing that they re-edited the show and then they like changed the end to the beginning. I don't know. It feels off. And then when you add in the fourth wall breaking thing, some things kind of feel even more off at times. Which brings me to the thought of, yeah, they introduced Daredevil here, but Deadpool. How would I feel if they did something with She-Hulk and Deadpool and kind of mixed the two? I think a Deadpool She-Hulk interaction like in an Avengers movie might be something interesting where they both like kick the fourth wall's ass at the same time. I don't know. Might be something dope, but I'm glad that he's not the character. They said, hey, he breaks the fourth wall, she breaks the fourth wall. Let's go extra hard, because like I said, they're doing a lot. So the choice of Daredevil felt dope. You know, it already feel like Daredevil was that dude that's just like, he been running through them in the Marvel, man. Just one after one after one. For Daredevil, this looked pretty in character. And I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about the finale. They kind of address the fact that this is lackluster, and then that's where it starts to look again like the disjointed part of like where they got to some, then they realize they have some and they have enough time. I don't know. The only, I guess, dope part about it was all the Easter eggs and things they drop about the X-Men and World War Hulk, and then they introduced Scar with Hulk's son, how he got an old ass son. It felt like, okay, you tried to throw us a bone at the end after you knew you gave us some garbage, and you knew you gave us some garbage, so then you gave us this last one. It's like a ha-ha here. Overall, I wouldn't rate it the worst Marvel show. I'd probably still give the worst to Moon Knight. Moon Knight was, wasn't it? She-Hulk, the character, what they tried to give story-wise maybe wasn't the best. The character and the characters, they delivered, but it felt like they didn't have much to work with, which it seems like they tried to, once again, address in the finale. And yeah, that's cool, but what about what you just gave us here? I felt like you just gave us like a teaser, a whole season of a teaser of like, okay, now we'll get to the real thing if we bring her back and when we bring her back. It felt like a little bit of a waste of time, but cool. Now She-Hulk's here. Where's she going next?